You do know that the president has other meetings that
that
where they will discuss these matters of.
Do you know what?
But you know that the president has other meetings after this where they will discuss issues of repatriation of funds and all of that.
No, those ones, this kind of private meetings are different. They are to encourage and facilitate bilateral issues or bilateral discussions which you have.
And you
some
think
of
that
them.
raising those issues in those private meetings with these other presidents of these countries
No,
will not be as
have,
strong as putting it on the floor?
It will have been an additional forum for lobbying to encourage. I mean, he will have stated it on the platform at the General Assembly, which is the international, focus, where all attention will be focused. That's the international forum. So he will be exposed. He's speaking to the world. He's not speaking privately. So the private meetings will be a kind of lobbying for them to support whatever he has raised. I mean, you can see the cooperation between Netanyahu and Trump. You will see that when Trump finished his speech, almost 4 pages of Netanyahu's speech reflects 4 pages of something reflect what Trump was saying, which means either he had seen an advance copy or he was, most speech writers were there taking notes and then writing new ones as speech was talking, because he was virtually referring to what Trump was saying.
Okay.
So that's the way, these are the dynamics of international politics. International politics has gone beyond the level of docility that we approach it from. There must be some dynamics, there must be some exigency, there must be new things, fresh things, which you have to come up with.
But you need to agree also that the issues the president raised are global issues that are vital.
Yes.
So your concern is that he should have taken Nigeria's issues out there more than he dwelt on the global issues.
Maybe as a Nigerian now, I would have preferred that he should have elevated one of the problems he raised concerning Nigeria, because we are talking about national interest being promoted at the global level.
He talked about the support in the fight against corruption.
Good. Yes, and then raise that up and then reduce the intensity of the others. Because you are going to highlight, by doing that, you are highlighting the salient point, the salient issue which you feel. Like I said, it's not a campaign program. It's not an annual report. It's not a political meeting. It is a UN General Assembly. You understand? At political forums, at political meetings and everything, you discuss road, water, all sorts of things. You have about 20 points. And then that's okay. But for international forum like this, you have one that is important. It can take about 5 pages of your 7-page report, and then the 2 others will just be tangential.
But he didn't also lose track of, he talked about the cooperation security, which is part of the fulcrum of what he had always championed, and he also did remind them that they will require cooperation, regional organizations such as the African Union, conflict prevention and management. So in terms of that cardinal point of this government about fighting terrorism, did that take center stage enough for you? Because when he reminded them that even some of the previous agreements signed with the Middle East, for instance, have not been fulfilled, so he expects some sort of more action on this particular area.
Well, all the issues you raised are going to be acted upon, definitely. All the issues he raised, especially on security, particularly the Boko Haram thing, the kind of cooperation which he enjoyed at the African level, at the African Union level, you understand? It's okay. There is no problem about that. There is no problem that we are going to have this kind of support. We're going to continue to enjoy the international support in terms of security, you understand? But I'm saying that for now, with the speech, I don't even know which one is crucial and substantial and important to the country. Because we are talking of national interest. Yeah. Yes, our security is germane. You understand? Our security is germane. Then 2, economic development is germane, which is also corruption. So if there are conflicts of issues of interest, then which one do you now promote? Which one takes priority?
So what about the message that he was trying to say? It's important for the world not to approach perhaps the North Korea challenge, the Myanmar challenge. We needed to focus on some of those issues and ensure that there's peace across the globe such that investment and development can thrive. Doesn't that also resonate?
At the level he was talking about, he wasn't talking as he was talking as a preacher, like a preacher. You know, no, you don't talk international.
How should he have approached
you are now, if you are talking about nuclear capability and then development and everything, what are the issues involved? What is the what grounds does North Korea have against US? This thing is historical. The North Koreans, they have a historical problem with US because they believe that whatever tragedy, whatever calamities that befell them as a result of North Korea War 1950 to 53 were caused by the United States. And they have been seeking a way to revenge. Kim Jong-2, and then Kim Jong-un, this one. So they have been seeking, it's a generational thing, they have been seeking for revenge. So ordinary preachment from an African leader who cannot appreciate or who does not seem to understand the dynamics of the politics behind will not make any difference. Trump has hit the nail on the head. He has been able to attack, he has been able to present the American position. And then the North Koreans have also been able to present their position. Well, not at this level, but they have been testing their missiles from low range to medium and then to intercontinental. So you need to understand and appreciate the history and appreciate the politics behind the nuclear development. You need to also understand the Non-Proliferation Treaty Act and see whether the North Koreans have a valid claim, you understand, to be able to, to want to take revenge on US. Because you will see that after they have succeeded in doing the intermediate ballistic, they are now going to intercontinental because their target is the United States. The allies, Japan and South Korea, they are just collateral damage. They will just become collateral damage.
So, but looking at our own policy, Nigeria's foreign policy, did it come across to you enough with this, given the president's speech?
Our intervention in what?
No, for Nigeria's foreign policy, because it's still Afrocentric, isn't it?
Yes.
Did it stand out enough for you?
Well, if you have to be fair to him, yes, he was able to do that. He was able to present because number one, he naturally, as a result of his presence, as a result of the fact that he attended that forum. So now he has been able to say that, okay, he has been able to promote and project Nigeria's image and then give us a bit of leverage as we used to have then, when Nigeria used to be the giant of Africa. So with the prominence now, with the attention which the world now focuses on him, you understand? Nigeria has gained some kind of leverage in Africa because now he was talking like an African leader, not like a Nigerian leader.
But then at the sidelines, some of these points he raised can still be galvanized and will still at least get a lot of mileage from attending this UNGA.
Sure. He has projected the image of Africa in a very good light, and he has represented us in a very brilliant way. Brilliant way in the sense that at least he presented the African issues, he presented Nigerian issues, and then those who are interested will definitely know that, okay, this continent is even there, this region, Africa, is there, and then these are the problems confronting them. So they will be able to address some of these issues and, positively.
All right, and that's our anchor. Dr. Dapo Thomas is an international law expert. Thank you for coming on today. We're back in a moment. Don't go away.